Welcome back. The cook that I'm about to do is seafood bisque. So in one of the previous videos we made a whole heap of shellfish stock. So we're going to use that as part of this cook that we're about to do. So what we have in front of us is that we've got one large carrot, and I've finally chopped it up. I've chopped up half a large, and these are quite large, brown onions, but you can just use a medium-sized brown onion. Just a whole heap of little sweet tomatoes sliced up, probably the equivalent to around about 2 normal, say, field tomatoes. Salt. Got the stalk of 1 large celery finely sliced. 2 heaped teaspoons of garlic, or that can be like 2 cloves of garlic crushed. I've got some chili powder here, like you can use cayenne pepper, but this is like just Mexican chili powder. I have the zest, about a heaped teaspoon, if I was to finely slice it up, of lemon zest. I've just peeled it and then finely sliced it. I've got a couple of rashers of bacon that I've sliced up that we'll do first. Obviously the seafood that goes in there, one of the most expensive things on earth, saffron to go in, so a couple of strands of the saffron will be going in there, and then I've got 1/4 cup of cream which will go in as well. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to get the bacon on. I've already got the pot on the stove, so we're going to fry up this bacon, because this bacon we're going to use as the garnish at the end, but we want the fat from that, which we'll cook the vegetables in. So let's go. So I have the pot on, it's already heating up, so it's time to get the bacon in. So the bacon's now done. I'm going to take it out of the pot. Whole heap of goodness stuck to the bottom of the pot. It's not burnt, not yet, but it's all going to create flavour. It's going to go in the rest of the for the bisque. So pretty much all the bacon's out. We're now going to add our onion, celery, and carrot. I'm going to sweat that down.
Hey, what are you doing?
So we're going to sweat that down. It's only going to take a couple of minutes, and then we'll hit it with a pinch of salt. Might just add just a little bit of olive oil just to help lubricate the bottom of the pan. So the vegetables have now cooked down, and the flavour that's on the bottom of the pot has been released. We'll add in the tomato and the garlic. We'll mix those through. We'll cook this for about another 2 minutes or so. Just to soften them up and cook them down, and then we'll be adding in the lovely shellfish stock to go in there. So these are now cooked for a couple of minutes. It's time to add our zest, our chili powder, put that in there, and then our saffron. So just a whole heap of strands of saffron, not too many, otherwise you're looking at a $50 dish. Give those a quick stir around, get them mixed through. Smells good. And now the stock. Okay, so this is the shellfish stock that we made in our prior video. We're putting in about 1 litre. Alright, quickly mix those through, and let's get them to heat up and mix that through before we then add anything further. So we'll come back once this has come to the boil a bit. So the pot's been simmering away now for 20 minutes. I did add a couple of pieces of white fish out of my marinara mix that I'm using as part of the cook. And it's just to kind of give a little bit of extra boost to the actual stock itself. In a separate pan, because of the way that I'm cooking this currently, is I'm going to cook the seafood in a separate pan, just in some olive oil to cook it through, and then I'm going to blitz the soup. So we'll get the back pan on high, get some heat in that pan there. While that happens, I'll just reduce the heat on this pot, get my bar mix, and we'll just blitz it. So the seafood that's going in the bisque, that's being served with it, it's pretty much cooked through. It's just been a, say, very light cook. I've now got a smaller pot on the pan. I've blitzed up the bisque and I have a strainer. So I'm just going to strain the bisque into this smaller pot, because I may have missed a couple of things. We don't want it to be too gritty. I'm just going to capture everything that didn't make it through, that didn't get blitzed. Turn that one off. So we've passed it through the sieve. Nice rich broth. Let's have a taste. Tastes good. Add a little salt. Just tastes a little bit of the hint of the lemon in there. And we'll get our 1/4 cup of cream. So I've just used thickened cream. You can use heavy cream as well. Put it in. Let's get that mixed through. That's just going to increase the richness. Now you don't want this to boil. I've actually got it on a really low heat, just to incorporate it. Let's give it a little taste again. Yeah, probably just needs a couple of pinches of salt. Okay, now time to add our seafood, which again is just going to increase the flavour, and then it's ready to serve. Incorporate that in there. Alright, this bisque is ready to go into a couple of bowls, topped with some bacon, and enjoyed. So let's go plate this up. So I've got our pot of bisque, and it's time to plate up. Put it in the bowl. It's got a nice colour to it, nice aroma. Let's put it in there. Obviously, bacon. A little bit more bacon. It's going to be my one. And there we go. Seafood bisque.